Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today, 5th September, Penta-S YouTube channel, segment Sal Soul, 12th or rather 13th session. It is a very important day, my dear viewers, ladies and gentlemen, because the day is celebrated all over the world as International Day for Charity. The last time I spoke to you yesterday, on the 4th of September, on the eve of this particular day, was the first part of my narrative on the subject entitled Charity Begins at Home. You know, this is very important. Charity is a subject which covers human empathy, sympathy, compassion, above all, kindness. And mind you, this charity is not about asking for charity, it's about giving charity. This is my narrative today. Instead of taking a begging bowl to another person, or to the world, to the community, we should try, or we do have to make efforts to make it one-way traffic, that is, giving charity to the humanity. So, that charity has to begin somewhere, and it has to be by the individual, like me, like you and others, all individuals. So, these individuals make the group, the society and the nation. But the beginning has to be at home, within the family, the members of the family. What do? You as a father or a mother or a son or a daughter or a member of the family is able to give love, respect and passion to others, and more, above all, friendship. Friendship is the key. And even for charity, you have to have a friendly nature to be able to sustain giving charity or sustain helping others, being kind to others. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I begin, I would like to again repeat my special attraction to you, ladies and gentlemen, to invite your attention to a small symbolic expression here. There. What do you see? Huh? You see? Can you read it? Inspire someone today. Inspire someone today. So that's it. So what does it mean? It means before you can start the charity, giving charity, you have to inspire the other people. Or, more importantly, you have to inspire yourself. You have to look inward first, what you do for others, whether you have that kind of sympathy and love within you to do the same to others. And to begin with the family members. So if you have to show that you can help, that you want to help, you wish to help, in every matter, whatever matter, you begin with the family. And if you've done it to yourself first, then to your neighbors or to your family members, then you can do for all the rest in the community, in the society, and in the nation, all over the world. That is the beauty and that is the beginning. So charity begins at home. Now, as I begin, I would like to quote another very famous lady, philanthropist, named Ruth Pafau. Ruth Pafau, P-F-A-U, Pafau. Now, she said, not all of us can prevent a war. Not all of us can prevent a war, but most of us can help ease sufferings. But most of us can help ease sufferings of the body and the soul. My God, what a fantastic proverb, what a fantastic saying. So much strength in that. Not all of us can prevent a war, we cannot, not all of us can do that. But most of us can help ease, lessen sufferings of others, of the body and the soul. Again, as I said earlier, within yourself as an individual, and what you see, first you see the soul, you search your soul, look for the heart, then of course the skeleton, the body comes about to be a part of that particular approach. So, Ruth Paffer, a German by birth, was one of the most famous and respected humanists on earth. And Pakistan got blessed as she became the most loved foreigner to settle in the country. Bravo, bravo, what a sacrifice the lady gave. Paffer's life-exchanging experience with a Dutch Christian woman survivor from the World War II German concentration camp, who dedicated herself to preaching love and forgiveness. Preaching love and forgiveness. And had a telling effect on her life. This particular saying, this particular value had a telling effect, fantastic effect on her personal life. Mind you, in this regard, I would like to invite, or I would request you to recall another famous man in our history, Nelson Mandela of South Africa, then the Southern Rhodesia. Now he made tremendous sacrifice. He was in the prison for a very long time, I think over 26, 27 years, and having suffered as a black man at the hands of the white people or the white rulers of the government. When he came out and he asked his African brothers and sisters, listen to me, my dear countrymen, my dear people, let us rebuild the nation again by forgiving and forgetting. By forgiving and forgetting. That's what he said. And look, the South Africa is where now it stands with pride. Nelson Mandela, that person was called very affectionately as Madiba, M-A-D-I-B-A, Madiba. So we remember him so well, and is a great Nobel Peace Prize winner. And so, preaching love and forgiveness, this is very important. Paffer, well respected by Muslims in Pakistan, who were the majority of patients at the Mary Adelaide Leprosy Center, never talked about religion. She never talked about religion. You see, religion is a personal matter. So, he never talked about religion, yet her faith, service and love, were demonstrations of the spirit, the very spirit that inspired inter-religious dialogue and harmony. Wow! Now, what a great principle! What values! Her faith, service, and love were demonstrations of the spirit that inspired inter-religious harmony and dialogue. In 1960, at the age of 31, Paffer decided to dedicate the rest of her life to the people of Pakistan and their battle against leprosy outbreaks or epidemics. She started medical treatment for the leprosy patients in a hut, a small hut she started. Very humble, very simple, no expenses. Okay? In 1979, she was appointed as a federal advisor on leprosy. Paffer went to distant areas of Pakistan where there were no medical facilities for leprosy patients. She collected donations in Germany, of course she was a German, donations in Germany and in Pakistan, and provided her services to hospitals Rawalpindi and Karachi. In recognition of her service to the country, she was awarded Pakistani citizenship in 1988. A great contribution she did, a remarkable one, and thank God, Pakistan government and the nation recognized her services and gave her the benefit of becoming Pakistani. And we are proud of her to be a Pakistani. Due to her continued efforts, in 1966 the World Health Organization declared Pakistan one of the first countries in Asia to have controlled leprosy. In the words of former Prime Minister Hakan Abbasi, Dr. Ruth Puffer may have been born in Germany, but she at heart was always in Pakistan. She came here at the dawn of a young nation looking to make lives better for those afflicted by disease, and in doing so found herself a home. Yes, she found Pakistan a home. We shall always remember her for her courage, her loyalty, her service to the eradication of leprosy, and most of all for her patriotism. She was a great patriot. She was really a Pakistani heart and soul. On her demise, regrettably, 10th of August 2017, about 4 years ago, Ruth Puffer was given a state funeral in recognition of her extraordinary service to Pakistani nation. You know, a state funeral, not everybody can get it. She was remarkable. Her contribution was remarkable. Her love and harmony and friendship with the Pakistani people was remarkable. Fantastic. And she deserved it by all means in every way. So now I would like to come to another particular person, again a great philanthropist by the name of Hagar Hassan Abedi. He was seen as a modern Robin Hood, taking from the West and giving to the third world. His bank, BCCI, very famous, some of you would recall, BCCI, Bank of Credit and Commerce International, built hospitals, schools in Pakistan, and the BCCI Foundation gave millions of dollars in scholarships and research grants and set up advancement of science and technology, what is later called FAST, F-A-S-T, in 1980 to promote computer science. In the year 2000, the foundation created FAST, National University of Computer and Emerging Sciences. Yet another person, another great philanthropist, very noble, Dr. Muhammad Ramazan Chippa. The Chippa title, you all remember, you can see on the TV everywhere, Chippa transport, Chippa signboards. Dr. Muhammad Ramazan Chippa is one of the leading philanthropists in Pakistan whose love for humanity forced him to leave everything else and dedicate his life for the poor and needy, with the priority to serve and save humanity. His Chippa Welfare Trust established the largest ambulance service. This is it. ED also has ambulance service, but Chippa probably has now the largest ambulance service in Pakistan, with a big fleet and network centers. Yet another fantastic philanthropist, a great human rights activist, Ansar Birni, a lawyer by profession, and Pakistan's first activist promoting, safeguarding human rights, who stood up against brutalities, against prisoners in Pakistani jails in the 1980s. He stood up against brutalities committed against prisoners in Pakistani jails. He has helped over 700 innocent prisoners from countries all around the world locked up on false charges. Sane persons, oh God, terrible, sane persons detained in mental asylums, illegal immigrants and labor camps, and instrumental in stopping child abuse and human trafficking. Ansar Bernie did that. He helped decrease or even stop illegal immigrations, stop or close labor camps, and he was also instrumental in stopping child abuse and human trafficking. Well, another gentleman, Sir Adamji Haji Dawood, was a renowned businessman, philanthropist in British India and later Pakistan. Adamji established schools, colleges, hospitals in various parts of India and Burma. I was posted in Burma too, Yangon. So a very interesting time. I'll tell you some interesting stories about Myanmar or my assignment there another time. So, a philanthropist to the core, Adamji never refused to support a deserving cause, especially the financially deprived students. He was a great star, great, icon or role model for the students, because he helped the youth, the two students, youth studying all the time, ready to help. Charity. You know all, a very famous vocalist and yet a great humanist, philanthropist, Shehzad Roy, singer turned philanthropist, established his own organization by the name of Zindagi Trust in 2002. I was in the UK, Manchester at that time. My daughter, the younger daughter, Sania Salahuddin, became involved and dedicated her a great part of time there in the Zindagi Trust. This trust strives to improve the quality of education, mind you. Education, the key to the welfare, the key to the development, to the key to the progress and prosperity of a nation. So, available at the average Pakistani, notably, he pioneered the concept of I am paid to learn. I am paid to learn. A new concept, totally brilliant concept. Because every student who was ready to study, go to school, used to be paid by the organization, not that the student paid a tuition fee. Bravo. What a fantastic idea. So, I am paid to learn concept that offers working children an alternative to child labor. This is another important element. It makes them aware of their rights as children, as workers, and as citizens, and motivates them to education course instead of spending time in car repair shops and other general stores. The trust also sponsors continuing education of top graduates into mainstream secondary schools. Now, having given some of the glimpses towards the Pakistani philanthropists, I would like now to turn my eyes to the world famous philanthropists. You as viewers, as listeners, got to also know them. Some of you already know them. I would just like to highlight them. For the benefit of viewers, your host brings forth to you in brief some extraordinary people in the field of charity and philanthropy. I'm repeating what I said earlier for only emphasis, hoping their human services will work as iconic to make impression on our society. The name Bill Gates certainly rings a bell in all of you. Bill Gates, American business magnate and philanthropist, and co-founder of Microsoft, the computer wizard, Microsoft. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, running the Bill Melinda Gates Foundation alongside his wife, Melinda, issues grants for initiatives and programs across the globe, focuses on agricultural development, emergency relief, global libraries, urban poverty education, and most importantly, global health care. This is where I will highlight something very important. The foundation is known for hundreds of charity contributions, including poliovirus related to the organizations. Right, I'll tell you in a minute. Polio is something I was heavily involved with in Manchester when I was Pakistan's Consul General, and later I became the president of the Rotary Club of Manchester. There we floated as a presidential subject. End polio now, the slogan, approached, Bill Gates. He got $100 million donation as a charity on the condition the Rotary would match it, which we did. We raised 100 million as well, and most of it was sent to Pakistan, because Pakistan was one of the 4 countries suffering from polio, virus very badly. Even today, we have not been able to get rid of it. Other countries have. Others were Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Nigeria, and Pakistan is one. Even India. India is still carrying that virus badly. So, the Melinda Bill Gates Foundation provided 300 million to Rotary End Polio now after I left Manchester, and then later it increased to 500 to Pakistan government a couple of years back. Now, it has also donated millions to WHO, Global Fund to fight AIDS, AIDS, for TB and malaria. And UNICEF also, Bill Gates Foundation provided support monetarily. Bill Gates lauded Pakistan's efforts in the fight against the COVID-19 outbreak, especially the dual challenge of overcoming the pandemic and saving people from hunger due to the lockdown. Another person, one of the richest persons in the world, great man, wonderful man, what philosophy, Warren Buffett, chairman and CEO of holding company Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway is not only one of the wealthiest people in the world, he is also one of the most charitable. In 2006, Buffett vowed and committed 85% of his wealth to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, because they were doing great charitable work, especially in the field of medicine, as well as other foundations set up by their family members. Next, many of you might know, many would not, Andrew Carnegie. Carnegie is a word which would certainly ring bells with some people. Andrew Carnegie from the United States said, "No man can become rich without himself enriching others." Again, what a beautiful expression. No man can become rich without himself enriching others. So what do? You share your wealth. You give. You give as charity. You give away to others. So the more you give, the more you get. That's probably the philosophy. Even in our religion, Islam, same goes the words, same goes the phrase. Give to get. Give more, get more. That's the philosophy. That's it. So, the man who dies rich dies disgraced. Another expression. The man who dies rich dies disgraced. It is a pun, metaphor. It sounds, how would I say, an antithesis. The man who dies rich dies disgraced. Scores of the world's wealthiest people have taken to his philosophy, donating their riches to hundreds of causes. Yet another one, Hopp, H-O-P-P, Hopp, established Dietmar Hopp Stiftung. Dietmar Hopp Stiftung, a foundation that supports local education, sports and health causes in his hometown in Germany, including the Heidelberg Institute for Stem Cell Technology. Fantastic. It's a very big medical research institute. They've done wonderful work. Stem cell technology. It is in fact an element that is going to find many cures. Many cures. So stem cell technology and experimental medicine, high STEM and many others. So Stiftung is busy doing that. Next, Ted Turner, T-E-D, Ted Turner, former CEO, Chief Executive Officer of Turner Broadcasting System, Turner Broadcasting System, TBS, and a Vice Chairman and Director of AOL Time Warner. Time Warner, very famous organization, very big enterprise. He is the current Chairman of Turner Enterprises, a diversified holding company. In 1997, he pledged $1 billion to the UN Foundation. Wow. What philanthropy. What great contribution. But of course, he's rich. He can afford it. But he has the heart. He has the compassion to do it. That is important. So, the foundation which promotes causes related to women and population. Children's health, environment, world peace and security. Population is another very important subject, particularly for our country, Pakistan. We are having a big population explosion. We got to find ways. We got to find means. We got to find new thinking, reborn thinking, new pledge, new commitment to control our population. Otherwise, all our economic development will all be nullified. There will be zero. If we do not control, cannot control population explosion as population boom. So, Huntsman, Huntsman, Huntsman reportedly survived prostate and mouth cancer. He established the Huntsman Cancer Institute at the University of Utah, UTAH. Many of his charitable donations have been to colleges and cancer research centers. He and his wife also agreed to join Buffet's Giving Pledge. Giving Pledge is a concept, and that promises to donate 50% of their entire wealth. Wow, Buffet, what a man. 50%, half the wealth donated. Another young person, and as a youth becoming a philanthropist and a great creator, passionate, and the founder of the computer wizard or magic, Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg is the founder of Facebook, and he is the chief executive officer. He is one of the youngest self-made billionaires in the world. The social media mogul has signed the Giving Pledge, and promised to donate at least half of his wealth in his lifetime. Last year, Zuckerberg and his wife Priscilla made a big donation of $25 million in the fight against Ebola, another awful virus or a disease, a pandemic. It was in Nigeria some years back. Through the Silicon Valley Community Foundation, he gave $75 million to San Francisco General Hospital. Now, last but not the least, in my narrative, an Arabian background, Sulaiman bin Aziz al-Raji. Sulaiman bin Abdul Aziz al-Raji co-founded Al-Raji Bank with his 3 brothers. It grew into one of the world's largest Islamic banks and earned Al-Raji a 10-digit net worth. In 2013, he shifted his focus toward philanthropy and endowed his holdings in the bank to his endowments holding company, which supports educational, religious, health and social causes, including the Arab Institute for Arabic Language. Wow. So, my dear, very good viewers, very patient viewers, young people, ladies and gentlemen, young children, you are my listeners, you are my audience. That is why I feel very inspired, very, very inspired. And in this connection, as I draw to a conclusion, I would like to highlight my epilogue, A-P-I-L-O-G-U-E, my epilogue, as the message as a message of my narrative. Charity begins at home. As its title, this essay's essence is endowed in the concept or the maxim, and I once again reiterate, charity begins at home. This is how we as human beings dedicate our lives to the welfare of our families first, which in turn move to groups, to a society and to nation that carry the potential to become a formidable entity. That is why we need to observe and celebrate every year the International Day of Charity. International Day of Charity. And my emphasis, charity begins with the individual at home. There are so many ways to get involved with the Day of Charity, like organizing our own events, collecting funds, volunteering with good cause, or simply raising awareness for a charitable organization. The best is to do a collective fundraising event. All these efforts and initiatives can come about through our own families to begin with. As we move up, we may face challenges, but got to take them on success. The success in charitable work brings about the coveted satisfaction and happiness coming from mitigation, reduction of human sufferings, physical or mental. And we all get crowned on our turbush, on the cap in the end. We get crowned. That is our gift. That is our prize. We get crowned. This is your host, Salahuddin Chaudhry, a Rotarian and former senior diplomat of Pakistan. You can reach me on email, saladinch168, saladinch168 at gmail.com, and Twitter handle @saladinch, saladinch. Before I close, my dear viewers, may I repeat what our icon Ruth Bafo had said. I repeat for your benefit. Not all of us can prevent a war. Not all of us can prevent a war, but most of us can help ease sufferings, can reduce sufferings of the body and the soul. Ruth Bafo, great lady. What a philanthropist. Charity indeed begins at home and can inspire to do charity in neighborhoods, communities, and the society at large, and can help alleviate human sufferings, leading to love, harmony, and peace. Now, before I close, I'll show you another sign. Another sign. What does it say? It says, having somewhere to go is a home. Having somewhere to go is a home. Having someone to love is a family. Having someone to love is a family. Then, having both is a blessing. Having both is a blessing. A home and a family, both together is a blessing. Wow. I hope you, especially my younger friends, will remember this and will like this. In the end, all said and done, I would again like to tell you, and do not forget our principle. Please do not forget our principle and value. Friendliness to all and malice to none. Friendliness to all and malice to none. It all begins at home. Let's be good to each other. Let's love each other toward peace. At home, outside, in the world. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.